I'm back on the Varla Eagle 1, this time taking it off-road. We are in Oklahoma today. Hannah's on her mountain bike. I'm on the scooter. Gonna see, I guess, if I can keep up with her. It's a little bit rough so far on these rocks, but we'll see if I can keep up and see how fun it is off-road on some rough terrain. Oh, we're getting into it quick. Oh, geez. That's a little rough there. Kept it clean. I might need to bump it into two-wheel drive mode for some of these climbs. Definitely lacking some power when it starts to go uphill. Oh, cruising down this hill. Feeling all that. Oh, got a little slide in that corner. Feeling all that flex in the stem, that's for sure. These are not the off-road tires. They do make some. Probably would help a lot on this. But I don't mind a little slipping as long as it's not dangerous. Oh, that little bit of uphill, I'm wide open and it's really slowing down. So I think it's time to bump it into two-wheel drive mode. See if we get some pull. Oh yeah, look at that. Twice the power. It's about to get real exciting now. Now I gotta hold back, or else I'll pass her. Crazy how much more power you get in two-wheel drive. So I think I figured out this foot position pretty good for the trails when you have something coming up that might catch you off guard. You can pop the front wheel up if you need to. If you're like this, flat on the deck, it's harder to get the front wheel up. So keeping the foot on the tail seems to help just in case. Oh, here's the good part. Got some rocks coming up, I think. Oh, rough going down that. Here's a nice climb. As soon as I switched into two-wheel drive mode, the climbs came so much easier. Here's the highest point of the trail. Nice view over here of this berm, of course. Not for this guy. I definitely recommend two-wheel drive for off-road. Hooks up way better, pulls you out of the corners much nicer, and has a lot more power on the climbs. Oh, we got some berms. Pretty fun part coming up right here. Nice berm action. This thing is definitely pretty noisy over the bumps. There's some creaking in the stem, and then also maybe it's the fenders. When you hit something, they rattle around a little bit. All right, coming down from the highest point now. Nice berm going this way. I can cruise down this hill. Go faster than I really want to go on this thing anyway. Gotta make sure I catch that just right. And rock in this corner. And up this hill. Oh man, I'm wide open. And okay, it pulled out of it. Definitely struggled a bit on that one. This is one of the steeper hills here. See if it's got the power for it. And, oh, gotta try that one again. So the front wheel drive, when you hit a rock and if the front tire's turned at all, it really wants to kick you that way. So that time I hit something loose and it really sent me to the right. Definitely wasn't planning on going there, so try to stay on the line a little better this time. Oh yeah, come on, a little more, there we go. So that might be about as steep as it can climb. I was wide open going up that. It slowed down a lot, just barely had enough to crest the top, and then it pulled away fast again. So putting it to the test, I guess. All right, we have another tech climb here. This one should be a little more challenging because there are some rocks involved. Not sure how the power will handle it, but I'll find out. at that. Down might be a little more scary. Oh. I think it needs a little more momentum here. Oh, I did not find it. Oh. It's pretty tough, actually. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Here's another good test of those tires and brakes. Stopped me just before the water. Anyway, that was a pretty fun session. First time riding off-road on some mountain bike trails. More enjoyable than I thought with some good challenges, so good ride. That is going to wrap up the riding and testing of the Varla Eagle 1 here because it is winter now and we have quite a bit of snow. I did ride it when we just had a little bit and it was definitely challenging, but now there's just too much. I did actually have quite a bit of fun riding this scooter and it reminded me of when I was a kid. I had an off-road push scooter and I had a lot of fun riding that, but it didn't take me very far, so I switched to bicycles and rode those a lot more. This thing will take you much further, but I didn't get the chance to test the range on it. It was very cold every time I rode it, so I didn't think it was a fair time to do that since batteries do not last as long when it's cold out. There is one thing that's a bit of a deal breaker for me, and that is the play in the headset here. I can deal with a little bit, but you can probably hear all that creaking, and that just does not give me much confidence in it. Maybe it's stronger than I think, maybe it'll hold up to more abuse than I am willing to give it, but that definitely held me back and would keep me from doing what I want to do on it. I did try to tighten up the clamp as per the manual quite a few times and it helped a little bit, but not as much as I would like. They also sell an upgraded clamp and maybe that would do the trick, but as is, that part just feels a little bit too weak for me. The brakes felt pretty solid and strong right away, but they did fade pretty quickly. At first when I was trying all those wheelies, the rear brake engagement point faded so close to my finger that it ended up looping out and crashing. And when I crashed, the front end hit the ground pretty hard and bent the disc rotor. As big as the rotors are compared to the tires, that leaves them pretty vulnerable, so that's something to watch out for. The suspension is relatively stiff and does a pretty good job of soaking up single hits, but as I was riding it off-road, I noticed a lack of damping in the shocks themselves. Through longer, rougher sections, the rod got pretty rough and bouncy, but it can handle some mellow off-road trails. I did think the throttle and front brake was going to be a bit more of an issue for me, but I was able to adapt relatively quickly. Hannah, on the other hand, she didn't like that at all. She could not get comfortable with this throttle. I have spent some time on jet skis, so maybe that helps, but I have never used my middle finger on the front brake, so that is definitely weird. Not impossible, but a challenge nonetheless. The power is pretty impressive on this. I didn't even go as fast as it can go because I didn't feel the need for that at the time, but it's cool to have all the different modes. You can make it really soft, really slow power, or pretty aggressive with the dual motors. You can tame it down for someone new or speed it up for someone that wants to feel the full performance. I should mention that Varla did send me the scooter for free to do these videos on, but that should not change what I have to say about it. I think if you are looking for a scooter at this price point and you're not worried about the issues that I had with it, then it's probably a pretty good option, but I also don't have a lot of experience in this market, so I can't confidently recommend it over the competition. If you are interested in buying one, you can check out the link in the description below.